Hey squaddies, and welcome to Thriving with the Sussexes. My name is Deanna, and I'm here to report on all things Sussex. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's get on with it. Hey squaddies, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever you're listening. Hello. Be sure to check out memberships. You can join if you're interested. And just like with all my information, I'll put it in the description box. Thanks. And a huge shout out to Lydia Washington on becoming a channel member. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the support and happy holidays. So after watching volume 2 of Harry and Meghan's docuseries, I now feel vindicated. Of course, there's the family and friends who are already squaddies and allies, but not everyone seems to be on board. And I think that Harry and Meghan feels the exact same way. They told their side of the story and backed it up with facts, receipts, and actual people and not invisible sources. I think the biggest reaction from the doubters were William's involvement, as well as his partner Jason Off. But we'll get to that shortly. So to recap episodes 4 to 6, the wedding, the music, the reception, and the music. I absolutely love music, and to hear some of the songs Meghan had in her reception shows just how amazingly her taste in music really is. I mean, we already knew before, but and I don't know what that weird report about them dancing to I Want to Dance with Somebody was like their wedding reception dance or something. They definitely filled with that one. And we also got to see some never before seen photos of everything, and it was just lovely. I loved it. And seems all was going well with the family. To a certain extent. Harry and Meghan were going on these tours and meeting all these amazing people in the process. And I mean, everything was a positive look. It was a positive look for the family, the institution, the business. So naturally, those in the top would be more than thrilled, right? Nope. All hell broke loose, and lies were becoming just that. And it was all due to jealousy. Harry and Meghan's popularity was on superstar status. I'm sure nobody hasn't seen that much love, praise, and attention since Diana. And it all happened so fast. They were already the most popular couple in a god-awful welfare royal family. Oh, and speaking of welfare, did you see the house Harry moved Meghan into? It's no wonder Harry had to literally step up his game when he met her. Whatever taxpayer-funded allowance he was getting must have went straight to the causes he was supporting. Well, some of it, I hope. I mean, a man's got to eat, right? So yeah, meanwhile, his a-hole of a brother had an entire palace. And how many other houses at that point? I think that Harry was living in that condition out of punishment for having the heart and soul of his mother, on top of being his grandmother's favorite. The welfare royals' way of family is toxic and abusive, and in my opinion, I think that there are some things Harry may never get over after realizing it many years later. Seems like he was used to being treated like the ugly stepchild. Heck, allegedly Tampon Charles treated his Rottweiler horse hybrid children better than he treated Harry. I'm sure his alleged children with other women are treated just as better. When I think back to when Harry said he had to step up his game, he meant it. I don't know why I keep on going back to that, but it makes total sense. And bless his big heart. I mean, he brought this beautiful, intelligent, financially independent working woman into that tiny, unfurnished basement looking of a place just to downgrade her lifestyle. They might as well move into her house. I'm just kidding. And it's all love. I mean, Meghan loves Harry, so whatever he's at, she'll be there with him. I mean, she stayed in the tent with him in Africa with no cell phone service. So yeah, our girl is definitely in love. I'm not giving Harry a hard time. I'm not really. I'm giving his trifling family a hard time because they think that their presence alone brings people comfort when it's the opposite. When people are hungry and can barely afford to buy groceries and pay for the light bill. Smiling and waving in front of the camera must cures it all, right? These people are in a land of make believe. So I'm assuming with Harry living in that tiny residence all that time, his trifling family thought, hey, at least you don't have to pay any bills. Who cares if there's mold growing in the walls, right? At least there was Frogmore Cottage. A servant's quarter. It would suit well for you and your black American wife. Harry, you know, he grew up to be the most popular royal in that family after his grandmother, and you know, and at times he was more popular than her. So, like, all this stuff is just making sense to me. Like when I'm thinking, like regarding his living arrangements and how he prefers to be away from that family than with them. So yes, now back to Harry and Meghan. They were way bigger than the welfare royals, and they, meaning the entire family, you know, all of them, especially William and the crew, because they knew this as well. I mean, this American woman married into that god awful family and did the job way better than people who were born into that family or married into that family who were a part of who was a part of that for decades. And they were jealous. This black American peasant is outdoing us. And gathering all these crowds of people who are showing so much love is doing what we as a family have been trying to accomplish since Diana. So with all that popularity, became defaming Meghan's character so that she can be hated. Hated more than the person or people who were jealous. Hateful and wanting her to know her place. William and Jason Knopf orchestrated all that. Headline after headline were leaks of lies or just on top of the creepy family members for her father's side of the family doing these interviews and making up lies without being questioned about it. I mean, and then we have her half sister, the much older half sister. The one who was practically an adult by the time Meghan was born. This woman she's the ultimate hypocrite. And I honestly believe that these people who are interviewing her, these networks, these newspapers over there, or I should say these tabloid papers from the UK, even though they kind of intertwine with each other, I honestly believe that they knew about her situation with her never raising her children. Yet, she was raising Meghan. Make it make sense. And then when Archie was born, they were trying to do the same thing to him. A baby. Along with added racist imagery. On top of the dangerous hate groups targeting against them, it was just all so much that Harry rightfully got his family out of there. Because how much abuse can people take? And with a brother like William, who needs enemies? He and Jason Knopf had everything to do with everything. It had gotten so bad that Harry and Meghan had to announce that they were stepping down much earlier than they wanted to, and that racist family clearly didn't want Meghan to be a part of the process of stepping back. So Harry, being the true man that he is, went in there in that meeting with his weak father and very insecure and jealous brother, on top of the news around the world that the brothers weren't on the same page. And we all know that Willie Boy and Tampon Charles they're insecure men, and so I guess they think that shouting makes them strong or something like that, like clowns, utter clowns. So yeah, the brothers, I guess not getting along it's not a good look for the welfare royals. And of course, without Harry's consent, they released a statement saying, that's not true. I mean, if I was Harry, I would have went right out in that press and been like, yeah, that statement, I didn't consent to that. They didn't tell me about it or anything like that. I absolutely don't agree. Okay. Family, they have issues. Sometimes we don't have to get along. We can get along from afar. Sometimes that's what works best. We're humans at the end of the day. But he was, I guess, him not really saying anything at that moment. He was, you know, protecting the same family who sure as hell wasn't protecting him and his family. Deadbeat Father of the Year Tampon, cutting off Harry's security while also leaking their information, should have told Harry everything he needed to know about that trash family. Just like when Meghan had to cut off her sperm donor of a father who went out of his way to tarnish their relationship over money, Harry should have just done the same. And when I thought back on everything that happened, oh my gosh, the triflingness of it all. Anyway, after getting abandoned and dealt with every form of abuse in the books, including financial abuse and financial bullying, Tyler Perry, their real-life fairy godfather, came to the rescue. And they haven't even met him. Tyler took this equally beautiful family in during their most vulnerable, flew them in his jet on the Freedom Flight, gave them a beautiful home to stay in, as well as security. And he did it out of the kindness of his own heart. Charles should be ashamed of himself. How can he sleep at night knowing what he did? With his nightmare-looking horse smiling at the thoughts of tabloids, bullies. We all know William doesn't care because that loser has a heart of ice. But Tampon Charles, his own father, did him so wrong. He had his son living in a shack, let him go out in public with holes in his shoes, wear the same suits to various events, toyed with terrorists for money, the same people Harry fought to protect their country from for 10 years, along with 2 tours in Afghanistan, and you just left him and his family out to be unalived simply to teach him a lesson and have him crawling back and asking for forgiveness? Because that's what that toxic family thought Harry was going to do. Choose them over Meghan and his son. But what do you expect from the same clown who threw his ex-wife out to the wolves instead of protecting her? The mother of his children. She gave him the blessing of children, a legacy to carry on. And his thank you? You're on your own. But yeah, back to them wanting Harry to come crawling back to them, begging for forgiveness. See, that's something that they would do. Charles's family. Harry is his mother's son. He would never. So Harry and Meghan had their lives to themselves for 6 weeks. 6 full weeks of freedom, just being able to finally be away from that hellhole. Tyler has done so much for the couple, to even shielding the paparazzi from abusing them, even mentioning that he and other celebrities have never seen anything like it. In the case with the fail, I agree with Harry. All the stress and sleepless nights caused Meghan to lose her pregnancy. Truly heartbreaking. But through the pain also comes strength in having your family there for you. And with life, we must move on. So seeing Harry and Meghan with Archewell doing what they like, and that's helping others, while also helping themselves, giving themselves some peace of mind. I'm glad that they finally have their happily ever after. Their family grew with the beautiful Lily and Mamma Mia, to even reuniting with niece Ashley. They're riding their bikes and enjoying their beautiful home in Montecito while beating incandescent Willie and his partner Jason off along with the Daily Phil. And Tyler Perry is the godfather to their daughter, Lilibet. Lucky girl. What's sad regarding this is this could have all been avoided, but jealousy and racism got in the way. The Commonwealth, most of it is mainly black and brown people. The welfare royals blew it with this missed opportunity in Meghan. And their loss is the Sussex's gain. Now that they're free of that institution, free of asking permission to support a cause or start an organization, they're able to make their own choices and free to thrive. Meghan saved Harry by giving him that opportunity to finally leave that prison he thought he had to possibly expect, while Harry saved Meghan from an institution of hate and racism. Let the Whitfield royal stay in the medieval times while we're all living in 2022 and beyond. And Harry gets to live the simpler life he always dreamt of. They made it to the other side, and that beautiful story Meghan read about their love story, it was perfect. Did you see how entranced Harry was? Love wins. Above all, love wins.
I can't believe him. The nerve of that ungrateful bastard.
It's Meghan's fault.
Harry has always wanted to leave, but I think he will do it.
Meghan convinced him to leave.
Now the world hates me. Ugh. Just as they hate my father. Call Rose. I'm in need of another session. Call her.
It's Meghan's fault.
And I thought I was obsessed with that bloody woman. Why are you two in my office?
Your Majesty. I'll, Your Majesty.
I don't trust that Yank. He's a good confidant. I need him.
That statement you released in Harry's Docuseries backfired.
I don't want to talk about it.
They weren't too bad. Meghan called me charming. I always liked that bloody girl.
What's that, William? You're starting to sound like mumbles. Harry lets that bloody woman run his life. We were raised to pretend we're listening to the women. He actually lives by it.
Well, in Harry's defense, his wife is quite intelligent.
Can't say the same for yours. You just said that because he wasn't as harsh on you.
You sound envious. Are you gonna hire Jason to run another smear campaign against me? While you should be paying someone to teach your wife how to speak.
I've already arranged voice therapy for her.
Ha! She needs more than voice therapy for her issue.
Tampon, baby. I've arranged for all my friends who's been most critical of Meghan to a splendid Christmas dinner. I have to remind Jason to leak more Camilla stories.
I beg your pardon?
I'm surprised your wife here wasn't slandered in that bloody documentary.
There's always spare.
The only reason you hate that bloody woman is that she reminds you of Diana. I can't believe people are comparing them when I tried to push that damn Kate out as my bloody mother.
Kate doesn't have the wit or fashion to compare. Now Meghan, she does remind me a bit of my ex-wife. As much as I despise your mother, her legacy shall go on thanks to she and Harry.
Stop talking about those three. It's enough we have to do with Meghan, who stole Harry from us. Now she's preventing me from being England's most beloved queen due to memories of that young blonde filly you were toying with.
Now, don't be jealous. You were always more beautiful than her. Who is that knocking?
Hi everyone, it's me, Catherine, and this is George Types.
What?
Dear heavens.
I've decided to start a podcast and call it Georgia Types.
Oh, God.
And what will be included in your podcast, Kate?
Well, children's rights.
Children's rights?
What about them?
Children's rights needs rights to write on things that write.
Do you have any idea what you just said?
My vocal instructor advised me that I deepen my tone of my voice to sound more serious.
Like Meghan?
Meghan,
I'm leaving.
why is Meghan work with Netflix? Why does Meghan get all this press? Why does Meghan make things harder for me?
Why are we even mentioning her?
Everyone says they respect Meghan much more.
They rallied around her, even when my dear friend Jeremy was joking. It's bad enough that we're called racist.
I just don't like her and her people. How is that racist? Harry and Meghan have another documentary on Netflix under their own production? I am incandescent with rage!
William, your pecking session with Rose starts in an hour. But the therapist said, I don't understand, I don't get it. Deeper, I don't understand, I don't get it. I don't understand, I don't get it. I don't understand, I don't get it.
All of you, out of my office, at once!
That'll do it for this podcast. And I hope that your days are filled with blue skies, sunshines with positive vibes. And happy holidays! I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Also, join the membership. I have the link in the description box. My name is Deanna, and you were watching Thriving with the Narcissists. Talk to you soon.